shit. Shit.
In my head. Slasher, you alright, man? Fuck was that?
Oh no. Oh no, it's gone, man, it's fucking gone!
What's gone, man?
I did it! It's gone! Oh, the horror! Oh, the horror!
Slasher, we're skeletons. We don't have any skin, tissue, or muscles.
Yeah, no, I know, I miss it.
Well, look at the bright side. At least you can still get a boner.
I see what you did there. But we're still screwed. The van's destroyed. The Midnight Ghost is MIA. Vecna's taken over our studio. My balls are gone! How am I supposed to look at the bright side of things?
I can't stand that stuff. Drives me crazy!
Oh.
Crazy!
Easy, buddy. Easy. Anyway.
Back before we lost the Midnight Ghost, he helped me come up with a plan to defeat Vecna, take back the studio, and finish the transmission once and for all.
When did you and Ghost have time to make a plan?
That's not important right now. Have you played Call of Duty Black Ops before, right?
Of course I have. Who hasn't?
You remember in Vorkuta, when Reznov and Mason executed their 8-step escape plan?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember Ghostbusters? Oh, I remember. Remember Slimy?
We decided that the only way to win this war is to execute the exact same plan that Mason and Reznov had in Vorkuta, but this time in Hawkins. Here's how the plan goes.
Step one! Secure the keys! What is step two? Ascend from darkness! 3! Rain fire! 4! Unleash the horde! 5! Secure the wicked beast! 6! Wield the fist of iron! 7! Raise hell!
Fetty Wap's grip on Hawkins is growing tighter and tighter as the day rolls by. We have to the end of this year to defeat him and Vecna, or the forces of the Upside Down will take over the rest of the world and mark the end of Dead Smoke Radio.
I hear you, but how are we going to do this without the van and with Midnight Ghost MIA? He had a blowtorch that we were going to use to open the armory, but that's when he... We
can't think about him or the van right now. The plan still holds, but it's slightly changed. We don't have the manpower nor the resources to fight Vecna head on. We have to split season 5 into 3 parts, with a few different videos sprinkled in between so Fetty Wap doesn't catch on to what we're doing.
Yeah, that's a good idea. He usually never fucks with us outside of our Stranger Things videos, so I think making a top 10 scariest Christmas horror hits and a holiday horror special movie review is gonna be our best shot at winning this thing.
We crashed just a few miles outside the town. Secure those van keys, and we'll hit this podcast on the road back to Hawkins. Slasher, what the hell are you doing, man?
We might not be able to drive the van anymore, but we can still broadcast from it. We can use the van as a diversion and sneak back into Hawkins. I got the keys to the studio, but we can't just walk back in. Fetty and Vecna are expecting us. Way back when we started construction on our HQ, I had them add a secret tunnel for situations just like this. We should be able to reach the studio within a few minutes this way. You ready to do this, hater?
I'm as ready as my snacks are at 4:20. Let's do this.
Welcome back to Dead Smoke Radio. I'm your host, the hash-smoking slasher, slinging dope takes and ripping real reviews.
And I'm your host, the Phantom Hater, haunting your feed with radio waves straight from the other side of the grave.
This is Dead Smoke Radio. No signal, no sanctuary.
Thanks everyone for tuning into tonight's broadcast. Whether you're packing snacks, repping weights, or fighting off the forces of evil.
We're evil!
You've chimed in to Dead Smoke Radio. Transmission 1 is live, and the smoke's only getting heavier, like the shit in my pants.
I shit myself. You what? I fucking shit myself.
And a very special shout out to the Dead Smoke Radio Discord. The real gravekeeper's making sure Vecna knows we're coming for him. The Upside Down is here and we're gonna need all the help we can get. Don't let Fetty Wap make you his again. I know his lifestyle's been driving us crazy, but he's just mad he can't see himself without you. Find your way to the Dead Smoke antenna or check the description below to our link to the Upside Down. That's where the smoke rules over the fog. Exclusive sneak peeks, Dead Smoke history, community polls, and a chance to win a strand of Steve Harrington's chest hair. Wait a minute, Jamie, do we actually have that? Dude, that's fucking gross.
Stranger Things Season 5 is here, and Dead Smoke Radio is back in Hawkins to revoke the Upside Down's membership into our world, bringing you the strangest recaps YouTube and Spotify have to offer. Tonight's broadcast, we'll be recapping Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1, which includes episodes 1 through 4. Transmission 1 broadcasts from beyond Hawkins, stuff with more scares, raging reviews, and places so smoke-filled that you'd think we're on the Flying Dutchman.
Take us behind those rocks.
Moving behind the rocks.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good.
It's November 28th.
Or 29th, depending on how stoned our editor is.
And Dead Smoke Radio is blazing. Every Friday at 6 p.m. from October 3rd through January 9th. We've got Stranger Things recaps, movie reviews, holiday specials, and more.
It's our 9th episode of Transmission 1, and the fog has consumed everything in Hawkins. Families torn apart, major sewage problems, and a storm unlike any you've seen before. But you think we're just gonna sit here and get stoned? Well, yes, but we're not gonna be sitting. So please leave a thumbs up, comment down below if Vecna has reached your town yet, and consider subscribing for even stranger things to come. Now, let's begin the end of Fetty Wap's Reign of Terror in our 3-part transmission finale and recap Season 5 of Stranger Things.
Step 1! Secure the keys!
The scene opens November 12th, 1983. Will is in the Upside Down inside Fort Byers, defending himself against Doug Demogorgon, owner of the Dimsdale Demogorgodome. Will gets chased up a tree like he's a cat, but this time there's no firefighters to save him. He makes the jump like he's Evel Knievel, but sticks the landing like he's Rod Kimball from Hot Rod. The Demo Air Jordan drags him to Vecna's lair, where Vecna begins to... well, it's kind of like... here, let me spell it for you. Will he gets captured by the Demogorgon, and then Vecna gets creepy. He puts his tentacle into Will's mouth, and then he begins to... Cut to November 3rd, 1987. Holly sets the table and sees someone outside, but gets pulled into breakfast before she can react, and Robin and Steve now work at a broadcast station. Sound familiar? As Rockin' Robin narrates Hawkins' news, a growing military presence spreads throughout town like it's a tumor.
I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor, I'm a tumor. Oh, I'm a tumor.
Dustin still wears his Hellfire Club shirt in honor of Eddie and gets outcasted by his peers. After Lucas and Mike defend him from his bullies, they argue, begging him to stop wearing the shirt. Dustin refuses, saying that they fight for their friends. A poster shows 11 is missing, but the next scene reveals she's actually running a training course with Hopper, prepping to join a scout mission in the Upside Down. Murray pulls up delivering supplies, but we know he's got more than just bananas and fruit snacks. Sorry, Tallahassee, no Twinkies this time.
Snowballs! Where's the fucking Twinkies?
I like snowballs.
Steve, Robin, Jonathan, and Nancy head to the radio tower to find out why the station stopped broadcasting. Steve and Jonathan race up the antenna while Nancy and Robin meet Murray below. Murray unloads contraband such as grenades, ammo, and gives them intel that the military plans to burn the Upside Down. Robin sends a coded message to Mike's group and Hopper and Joyce. The plan? Follow the military truck in the Upside Down while the radio crew mirrors them in the right side up to find Vecna. As Mike, Lucas, and Dustin prep, Will gets dizzy and starts spitting like like he's on a merry-go-round and nearly collapses. At the same time, Holly spins on a playground spinner and waves at a mysterious stranger. Her teacher rushes over to see Holly talking to no one. In a secret lab, the military experiments on upside-down organisms. Their lead officer, Dr. K, who even outranks Sullivan, is revealed to be Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor?
Yes?
Mike later finds Holly reading alone at school while Mrs. Wheeler and the teacher discuss Holly's imaginary friend, Mr. What's-It.
What's your name? What's it to you?
Mike comforts Holly, giving her a D&D cleric miniature, Holly the Heroic, whose powers can open doors to other dimensions, which is definitely foreshadowing. Max remains unconscious, and Will discovers Robin is...
Gay!
Dustin visits Eddie's vandalized grave, and he gets ambushed by bullies. He holds his own, but eventually he gets overwhelmed and beaten. At the radio station, everyone preps for the crawl, and Mike tells Eleven that after they kill Vecna, they'll live happily ever after. Way to jinx it, Mike. Steve and Jonathan set up the antenna on the van while Holly turns Mike's miniature into a necklace, but she overhears her parents arguing about her imaginary friend.
Why don't you write this on your form? What's it? To ya!
Hopper reaches the other side of a secret tunnel into Radio Shack, Bob Newby's old workplace, and waits for a signal. Lucas and Mike oversee from a bell tower as the military begins the burn. Hopper slips into a cargo truck and enters the Upside Down unseen. Joyce tracks GPS while Steve and Jonathan mirror Hopper's route. Suddenly, the convoy is ambushed by a Demogorgon, injuring Hopper in the process. Will sees through the creature's eyes and warns it's heading straight for the Wheeler home. The lights begin to flicker, and Holly looks up, seeing a demo accordion ripping through the ceiling from the Upside Down. Let's take this entrance and head towards Hawkins. It'll be way faster than walking.
What? You have some kind of secret tunnel under this boulder or something?
It's not a boulder!
That's just a stupid boulder!
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock. A rock. A rock.
What is step 2? Ascend from darkness!
Holly screams for help as she runs away from the Demogorgon into the bathroom where her mom is. Lights flicker, and Mr. Wheeler notices that something is wrong. The Demogorgon breaks in, checks the closet, the shower, and finally, the bathtub, but doesn't strike until Mr. Wheeler yells. He fights back, but is launched through a wall, presumably dead.
What'd I do?
Miss Wheeler breaks a wine bottle against the counter like she's in a bar fight defending Holly.
Not my daughter, you bitch.
But Nancy and Eleven arrive too late. As the portal closes, Eleven narrowly slips through to pursue the Demogorgon and Holly. Mr. and Mrs. Wheeler are rushed to the hospital, and Mike and Nancy watch as their parents are operated on. Nancy starts to wash the blood off of her hands, realizing Vecna's vision came true. Lucas notes that this mirrors what happened to Will and reassures them. If anyone can save Holly, it's...
John Cena!
or 11. More than likely, it's going to be 11. As the military arrives, Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan sees the gate to the Upside Down and calls for surveillance. 11, deep into the Upside Down, realizes the wounded Demogorgon has Holly, and she briefs Hopper on what's going on. Robin checks the station's power while Joyce talks to Will about his visions. Will explains to Joyce that he can see what the Demogorgons are hearing, feeling, thinking, and seeing. Robin calls him a human radio receiver. Jonathan confronts Steve about competition for Nancy, but Steve rebuttals and says he's just being a good friend. Likely story, buddy. Dustin, on his bike, teases Steve about falling through. 11 tells Hopper the Demogorgon can lead them to Vecna, who wants Holly. Lucas updates Max, saying that 11 is strong, but they can't win without her. Mike notices a copy of the book A Wrinkle in Time and asks Nancy about Holly's imaginary friend, Mr. What's-It.
Mr. What's-It to ya?
Joyce communicates with Hopper while 11 plots with Will to find Holly without alerting her. Dr. K is debriefed that 11 is in the Upside Down. Hopper confides in 11 about his father and losing Sarah, saying he won't lose her too. Jonathan, Dustin, and Steve coordinate with Joyce to learn that Will and Robin are fixing the flux capacitor.
I was standing on the edge of my toilet, hanging a clock. The porcelain was wet. I slipped, hit my head on the edge of the sink, and when I came to, I had a revelation, a vision, a picture in my head, a picture of this. This is what makes time travel possible. The flux capacitor.
Will and Robin retrace his vision to the monster lair, noticing a spiral of rock patterns and kids laughing. Hopper and 11 find Holly's boot behind a massive wall, making even Gorbachev blush.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
Mike and Nancy play dress up as the patient and nurse, reach the ER, and tell their mom that Holly has been taken. Will goes on to tell Robin that he saw what Holly saw, concluding Mr.
You what?
is Vecna. This episode ends with Henry taking Holly into the untouched Vector Creel house.
Oh, that was our last match, but I think we've reached the end. Now I just need to find the...
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
Found it.
This place is in complete ruins. Is this the end?
Just stick to the plan. We're on to step 3.
The episode opens with Hopper cutting into a wall like Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes! I have single-handedly vanquished the beast!
11 tries to force it open, but it snaps shut. Hopper shares beef jerky with 11 to recharge her battery as military personnel close in, and they zap her with a sonic blast like she's the Incredible Hulk. Joyce catches Will, who's had enough of her babying him, and he bluntly explains Vecna is targeting kids. Henry reassures Holly she's safe and gifts her a feast and little surprises, warning her never to go into the woods. But later, she finds a note and a map from Henry, urging her to help him. The military arrives at the upside-down wall, but doesn't find Hopper or 11. One guy pisses on the wall, notices Hopper's knife, and Hopper opens fire. 11 regains her fighting ability, incapacitates a couple soldiers, as Steve, Dustin, Nancy, Mike, Lucas, Joyce, Robin, and Will regroup at the radio tower. Will explains he can sense Vecna's targets when he's close. The new target, Derek Turnbow.
You're not a shoplifter. You're just a fat kid. Sorry about that, fatty. Hey, Tom, he's just a fat kid. Aren't you, fatty? He's just a big old fat kid. Here's some chocolate, fatso.
The plan? Drug the family, kidnap Derek, lure the wounded Demetrak Gorgon, tag it, and find Vecna. As Holly plays in her new room, she gets stalked and finds a note from Henry with a trail into the woods. Lieutenant Colonel Sullivan hunts for Hopper and 11 as 11 interrogates a soldier's mind while Hopper debates retreating. 11 promises 20 minutes to break him and discover what's behind the wall. Meanwhile, Mr. Clark teaches about wormholes and Erica completely nerds out. Mike and Lucas brief her on her mission, explaining that she needs to apologize to Tina and infiltrate their house. Robin and Will sneak through the hospital stealing medication, while Murray smuggles supplies like acetone, a CPR dummy, shotgun shells, barbed wire, tripwires, sparklers, water balloons, and even free hugs.
It wasn't a goddamn Christmas list, Murray. That's exactly what it was. And the fact that Santa Murray scrounged all this up in a single afternoon and smuggled it in what is likely the most heavily secured location outside of the White House, Fort Knox, and Area 51 is a goddamn Christmas miracle. So, count your blessings, hang some mistletoe, pucker up, and kiss my jolly ass!
Dustin rigs a satellite on Steve's beamer, and Murray warns Nancy the tracker might be destroyed, but Nancy's never truly wrong because she's a girl boss.
Oh, brother!
Murray also insists to Jonathan that he should propose to Nancy. Hopper gets nothing from the soldiers, so he had 11 track Dr. K through his mind, revealing the military has Vecna behind the wall. Holly, inspired by her miniature, sets off in the woods like she's Little Red Riding Holly. Derek is a spoiled brat.
I think you're a fat little boy. I think you're way too fat for your age. Does that make you feel any anger? Huh, fatty? Jelly belly? You got jelly in your belly, you little fat f***? You get a little flash of anger when someone tells you you got tits like a 40-year-old woman, fat boy?
And his sister Tina lures him downstairs for dinner. Erica enters the house and uses the drugged pie to incapacitate the family, and then goes full horror icon on Tina when Tina doesn't eat any of the pie.
And I told you to eat your damn pie.
Steve grabs a chainsaw like Ash from Evil Dead. Nancy loads the tracker, and the group sets traps. The Demogorgon is soaked in acetone water balloons, trapped in barbed wire, and ignited by Molotov cocktails, but retreats into the upside-down portal. Steve and the group follow the tracker and the right side up. Derek wakes up, freaking out, and Will warns the group that Vecna saw everything. Holly ventures deeper into the forest, encountering a ravine and being chased, but it turns out it's Max.
Holy shit! They didn't like that recap, did they?
We're almost through. This is the last part of Phase 1 before we begin the execution of Phase 2. We need to get back to the control room and inform the rest of Dead Smoke that we've regained control. The only problem is there's thousands of them out there. Once I hit broadcast to this station, they're gonna be on us like bees to sugar water.
Give me sugar and water. More. More.
You mentioned earlier that from the antenna from the Munchie machine, we would be broadcasting our transmission and could create a diversion for us. Can you still do that from here?
Yeah. A few weeks ago, I installed a subsystem in the van. It was expensive, but it was a write-off. Once I activate it, there's no going back. All those freak bags down there will flood the van, seeking to destroy it.
You know it has to be done.
I know. I love that fucking van.
Joyce warns Derek that Mr. What's-It is dangerous, but Derek escapes, forcing the group to chase him. Will has more visions of the Demogorgon when it starts violently breaking down the barn doors. Joyce grabs an axe as the creature bursts in. Steve rams it with his car, and the Demogorgon rips through the silo, opening a portal into the Upside Down. Steve hesitates, waiting for Nancel's approval. Then follows the monster narrowly speeding through the gate. Will sees visions of Holly and other kids possessed by Vecna. The military realizes that Vecna is targeting children and rounds up all of the kids across Hawkins. The group further pursues the Demogorgon through the cemetery, but Steve crashes his car into the upside-down wall while arguing with Dustin. Joyce tries to reach them via radio while Robin is guiding the team. Will sketches out a spire on the wall, identifying 3 other targeted kids, though he only knows Holly. Mike and Lucas update the group on the military's move, while Dr. K uses children as bait. Max is caring for Holly and explaining that she is in a coma, trapped inside of Henry's mind and memories, like a wrinkle in time, or a simulation inside of a simulation.
Because it looks like you're inside a simulation inside a simulation.
All the kids in town are taken to a military base. Erica informs the group, and they decide to send Derek in to infiltrate. Hopper and 11 scout the base in the Upside Down, and 11 notes that the thunder cracks every 7 seconds. Dustin calls her backup, arranging a rendezvous at the cemetery. Holly recounts how Max is in a coma, trapped in the memories from decades ago. She navigates through these memories using Lucas's music as a guide, discovering Henry's first memory of her. After a maze of nightmares, the music leads her to a path out, but she realizes that escapes come at a cost. Inside of the military base, Derek fails to convince the other kids to help him. Mike and Will share a heart-to-heart, growing closer. Steve, Nancy, and Jonathan plan their next move, as Dustin realizes that the upside-down wall traces back to Hawkins' lab, where it all started.
But wait! There's more!
Max tears through the wallpaper, following the music and the memories, until she sees Lucas by her bedside in the hospital. She tries to escape, but the music stops and the portal closes. As she runs away from Vecna, she's met with the same dilemma that Marlin and Dory had in Finding Nemo.
Bye.
Oh, hey, ma'am, one more thing.
Yes.
When you come to this trench, swim through it, not over it.
Trench, through it, not over it. I'll remember.
Hopper and 11 breach the facility. 11 uses the lightning time jump to evade the guards and allow Hopper access to the facility. As the group navigates the tunnels, Dr. K interrogates Hopper, only for 11 to intervene. Joyce and the others are caught while helping the kids escape, and Hopper reassures 11 before heading off into a solo mission with explosives strapped to his chest like a suicide bomber to kill Henry. Lights flicker, signaling the Upside Down's arrival at the gate. Demogorgons attack, shredding the military base and all of its personnel. The gunfire is mostly ineffective, except for Sullivan's shotgun. Mike is leading the kids away, keeping them safe as the Demogorgons corner them. One of the Demogorgons is set on fire, allowing them more time to escape. Hopper turns off all the alarms, negating 11's powers, and opens the prison door. Will sees a dark shadow emerging from the Upside Down gate. 11 finds her sister Callie, aka number 8, strapped inside of this room they were trying to break into for so long. The shadow emerges, and who else but Vecna? Vecna taunts Will, asserting his control and dominance over him. He leaves Will alone and watches his friends die and continues to be haunted by bad memories. Lucas, Robin, and Mike are confronted by Demogorgons, but Will is recalling all of his happy memories. building Fort Byers, playing D&D, and moments with his family when he was a younger kid, harnessing his newfound powers. He stops all three of the Demogorgons mid-attack, seeing his friends clearly through their eyes, and destroys all three of them effortlessly. Will has finally embraced his full powers.
I got my powers today.
Phase 1 of Operation Demogorgon Be Gone has been completed. Now we need to wait for Stranger Things Volume 2 to release, so that we can finally put an end to Fetty Wap and his puppet Vecna.
Yeah, this is a perfect time to end it. Not only is Fetty Wap and his army starting to catch on to us, but I forgot to pull my Stoner's Delight casserole out of the oven back home. I sure hope it's okay. I've been your host, the Phantom Hater. We'll be releasing full episodes every Friday or Saturday at 6 p.m. on YouTube and Spotify. Check out our Discord for exclusive content and bonus scares on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, only at Dead Smoke Radio.
That's been our recap of Stranger Things Season 5 Volume 1. Tune in next week for our Stranger Things Season 5 predictions and theories with The Midnight Ghost. I've been your host, the Hash Smoking Slasher. Remember to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and share the fear. Stay tuned, stay spooky, and remember, this.
I know you're here, Dead Smoke. The end is near for not only Hawkins, but your entire following. Heed my warning, Dead Smoke. You will fail just as the Hellfire Club has failed. Surrender now or lose one of your most valued assets to Dead Smoke Radio.
Smoke never clears.